focused. Let's get focused. Marshawn Lynch reportedly talking to the Raiders. Let's get focused. People, let's listen to this report.
Building in Oakland. Omar, what are you hearing about how he being Lynch, to this decision?
Well, first of all, the Raiders would not confirm nor deny Lynch's presence, as is their policy. But you look at why a soon-to-be 31-year-old Lynch would want to come back to the NFL. We talked about how much pride he has in this community, what sort of a legend he is already in the Oakland area with his Beast Mode stores and the Family First Foundation and all the work that he's done. He could only enhance that. He's famously saved his money. Financial needs are not a problem for him. We know that he's tucked away his playing assets, and only to enhance that ability in the community in terms of a championship possibility for Oakland would then be a real possibility for him to cement that legacy all time, not only as what he is and how he's represented this community already, but going forward from a football standpoint and to reorganize and reunite with Derek Carr, so to speak, and Jack Del Rio, like you mentioned. And not to mention that when he was in Seattle, he was the most popular player in that locker room, which would suggest that he misses playing football. He misses being around the guys. He misses being a centerpiece in a locker room, something that he would do here. He would very much fit into the way the Raiders and Reggie McKenzie like to have their football players, physical, and specifically running back, physical players who love to hit, who love to play football, and always looking for contact. He fits that mold, and the way the Raiders do business, players who just enjoy being around football all the time. Marshawn Lynch, certainly one of those players.
Let's get focused. Because Marshawn Lynch is one of the only people in the NFL. There's about maybe 3 or 4 people that if they came back to the NFL, I would actually watch them play. No wonder weather. I wouldn't watch all their games, but I would watch them, do their things. Listen, I have never liked the Oakland Raiders. Never. Not once have I liked them as a team. I've only liked people they had on their team. Did they have Bart Starr? Harbaugh? Who did they have? Jim Harbaugh? Bart Starr? Yeah. I think they had a couple of running backs. Did they have Dorsett? They didn't have Dorsett. He didn't play for them. He played for the Cowboys. They had who'd they have? They had a linebacker. They had Howie, didn't they? Howie Long? Howie Long played for them. They had Howie. They had Marcus Island at the end of his years, who played for 14 years as a running back. Because Marcus didn't take too many solid hits. He was kind of like a Barry Sanders, but taller. So I like people who played for them, but not them as a team or an organization, because I, heard about some of the stuff they do, and actually we kind of saw some of the stuff that they did, and I never liked playing ball like that. Nonetheless, Marshawn Lynch is a person who would make me tune in and watch, because I'm not a fan of Seattle. I'm a fan of Marshawn Lynch. Listen, Seattle had like 3 players on their team that I actually like to watch. One of them was Marshawn Lynch. The other one was that defensive what's his name? Richard Sherman, who I think is, if he ever went into politics, he would do good, because he has a very, very keen sense of his surroundings, and what you say to him, he knows how to filter out the nonsense and, plug in what should be and what shouldn't be, or he just doesn't answer you. So I like Richard Sherman's thought process and the way he does things, and I also like him as a player. He talks the talk, but he walks the walk. I mean, he shut Tom Brady up. As Tom Brady came to him, was like, "Who are you guys?" And then Sherman and Chambers, I think it was, looked at each other and they was like, okay, but at the end of that game, they won. Sherman walked up to Brady and said, "You mad, bro? Is you mad?" Which is, I mean, is justified because Tom Brady is a loudmouth, even though a lot of people like him uh, because he's married to that model and he's a good-looking guy, and he plays for New England. Nonetheless, but Marshawn Lynch is somebody that I did not want to leave the NFL, even though I didn't watch that many games. But here's one thing that I speculated about Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch grew up in a no-nonsense area, and they still don't play out there. And what he did was he showed love to the place where he grew up, even though he knows they get it in out there. You can get gone right now. And I mean right now. You could be there today and gone just like that. They don't play out there. And he, like he said, he notoriously saved his money. He started, foundations. He even started making more money because he started doing all those, commercials and stuff on TV. He's a no-nonsense player. You don't get garbage out of him. He's not a flashy dude. He doesn't even want to talk to the media because the media clowned him. They clowned something he said, and so that's why he was just like, I don't even want to talk to y'all. But they start finding him, so he started talking to the media, but he was just like saying, random stuff just to satisfy the fact that I spoke to y'all. I was with him on that. I didn't know why he was doing it for a while, but then when I found out, I was like, I'm not going to let y'all clown my personality too. And where this man comes from, that sticks to you. How people see you is a really big deal because that's your brand. That's who you are. You're not going to let nobody clown you. The way this man grew up, you don't let that happen. Because, you just don't do it. It shows either a sign of vulnerability or weakness. And as we all know, there's no weakness in this man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that area. So in that neighborhood he grew up in, you don't show weakness. You come with it or you don't come at all. That's why he said you can hit a person over and over and over and over and over and over. You just run at their face over and over. And that's the way he plays. That's what beast mode is all about. It's all about where he comes from to where he's going. And this man is linear as it gets. He's a straight line. I'm going to run you down and run straight through you. That's his personality. That's why we love him. Okay, that's why we love to see him play. He is a fabulous person for what I know of. I don't know him personally, but I love what he's doing on and off the field. So to say it in the third element of this is, let me finish this. To say that I would love to see him back is an understatement because he brings integrity back to the game. Let me finish. Okay, and the third element is when Seattle lost, when Russell Wilson threw that ball to that third stringer who caught the ball coming out of the end zone, and Carroll said he jumped the route. Everybody who watched football had a question about that play. Every single person who knows anything about football was like, how? Marshawn Lynch did not get the ball. We're on the 2nd-yard line. It's the first or second down. Why would you even throw the ball? Why, Carroll, wouldn't you try to, or wouldn't you give it to one of the greatest running backs ever, who's 3 feet from the goal line, where this man averages 5 to 6 yards a carry, so it's almost a guarantee that he's going to get in. Plus, he's beast mode. The beast mode. He runs people down for a living and runs them over. This is the guy you got in the backfield. And this is the last play of the game. This is the Super Bowl. This is what it's all about. And you didn't give this man the ball. What? Wait, what? I think Marshawn Lynch started thinking, the way a lot of us do. Something wasn't right. Something's not right with the NFL. It just didn't add up. It didn't make any sense. It's just like the last Super Bowl we see where Ryan, second down, he's gonna throw a pass when he could have easily, they could have easily ran the clock out. Why are you throwing the ball on a second down? You could have gave the football to a running back and ran the clock out. We see this over and over and over again, and Marshawn Lynch is no dummy. He knew. He knew that something wasn't right, and that pissed him off. And he was like, "Fine, I'm out." The fourth part of this is the Oakland Raiders have threatened to go to Las Vegas, be the Las Vegas Raiders. Now I did a video on that and how one of the Raider fans was crying and was explaining how they would work extra jobs just to get season tickets and how they went to all these meetings. Excuse me, I think I got to sneeze. These meetings and none of the owners or the Raiders would show up. And finally, I think the deal might be done that they're leaving. I think if they're gonna leave and Marshawn Lynch belongs to Oakland, decides to play for him, he's gonna go right with him. But here's another thing I think. I think if Marshawn Lynch signs with the Raiders, this is far-fetched, but they might stay. Remember, when I did that video, the dude who was talking about, he was talking about if the Raiders owner raised the tickets $10 for season ticket owners, for season ticket owners, he would make $3 million. He would come out making $3 million more. So he's basically saying that they raised the rent on him, and this is the reason why they were leaving. But just think how many people. This is ad revenue. This is season tickets. Just think how your ticket sales are going to go up with just Marshawn Lynch being there. Being that he is a staple in Oakland. This is not some okey doke dude just, being traded in. This is Marshawn Lynch. This is a Super Bowl, a person who's already got a ring, who almost had two. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere he goes, he's infectious because people want to see him. He doesn't play around, no nonsense. He's going to do his job. This is the one person that who is not involved with the NFL being fixed. You know this. You know this. You know it in your blood. You know it when you see him. You know it in his face. I don't think he's in it. I don't think he is. And I think that the Raiders are going to stay. And truthfully, I hope that they do. It's your boy Tone 202. Welcome back, Marshawn Lynch.